Thank you very much, Dr. Ojo. It's very nice to see you again. Thank you, Dr. Folarin Ogakpata, Dr. Adetubid, and all my friends there. It's a pleasure for me. Yeah, it's a pleasure for me to participate the SeedConnect this year. I would have preferred being there myself because the atmosphere from Zoom is different from when we are there. Because as I say, SeedConnect is an event that should not be missed. But anyway, we have to get satisfied with what we have. So my presentation is, as you can see in the title, towards sustainable agricultural transformation and inclusive food security in Africa through inclusive seed sector development. You see, at a time when many sub-Saharan African countries are facing the effect of climate change and internal and external challenges of various kinds, the seed sector represents a major source of innovation to support the resilience of agricultural systems and guarantee food security and poverty alleviation for all that will lead to inclusive growth and sustainable development without excluding anybody. So in that context, I'd like to remind you that AfricaSeeds, as the African Seed Sector Development Organization, its mission is to support seed sector development efforts by member states through policy guidance, advocacy, knowledge generation, and capacity building. And also, I would like to recall that so far, most of the seed development initiatives in Africa are mainly focused on high economic value crops for trade and profit compared to traditional local crop and variety, which are grown mostly by small-scale farmers, smallholder farmers, but at the same time contribute to food security, but unfortunately are very often neglected. AfricaSeeds believes that the seed production for trade and seed production for food security should not be incompatible, because together they determine the performance of a country in their commitment towards seed security for sustainable agricultural transformation. Therefore, food security-driven intervention should be promoted when we undertake seed sector development initiative in Africa. So the two, seed production for trade, seed production for food security, are the two pillars or two faces of the same coin. In that vein, AfricaSeeds pay particular attention to the existing diverse seed system, which need to be harnessed in order to promote inclusive seed sector development for sustainable agricultural transformation, inclusive food security, and poverty alleviation. Now, let me share with you a conceptual pathway to enhance sustainable agricultural transformation and food security through an inclusive seed sector development process. Let's start with the seed system in Africa. As you all know, I'm not teaching anything to anybody. You all know that in Africa, one of the characteristics of seed sector in Africa is the diversity of the system. But here, I'm not going to talk about the diversity of the seed system, but rather the need to recognize the need to recognize that this diversity is a blessing that should be exploited. So we have this, what is called informal seed sector, that many people call farmer managed seed system, which for us, it is not just only farmer managed system. Because in that informal system, you have some local and national seed enterprise which do not comply with the national regulation, and we call them unregulated enterprise. And those ones are part of this informal system. That's the reason why we, instead of saying informal system versus formal system, we rather say regulated system versus unregulated system. Now, this diversity of seed system, we think that need to be harnessed because each one of them has its own potential. If they are harnessed properly, then they should lead to production of quality seed. That is, either you're talking about farmer seed or certified seed and so forth, all of them need to be of quality seed, because the seed, the need for seed is driven by a number of factors. You have the farmer profile, you have farming system, you have production system, you have crop and crop variety, cropping system, cropping ecology, etc. But all this need to be exploited with quality seeds. No matter the profile of the farmer, you need to have quality seed. No matter the type of farming system we're addressing, there need to be a quality seed. By doing so, we lead to we increase the productivity in general. That's what I call general productivity increase through that process. By increasing the productivity, we then lead to food security for all. And that corresponds to the Sustainable Development Goal number 2 of United Nations. And then we have, this can lead also to farmers to increase farmers' income, and can also lead to improve farmers' livelihood. That also corresponds to one of the Sustainable Development Goal number 1, which says poverty alleviation. Through that, we can now achieve sustainable agricultural transformation. And in fact, you can see that the arrow has 2 ends. You have some reciprocal effect between the food security for all, farmers' income increase, farmer livelihood increase, and sustainable agricultural transformation. Because once we have sustainable agricultural transformation, of course, it can lead to food, it can have food security, it can increase farmer and so forth. So this is the conceptual pathway which I wanted to share with you. Now, the challenge now is that I told you that from all the seed system, it should lead to quality seed. Now, what type of intervention for each one of the seed system that can help to lead quality seed? That's where the challenge is. So you can see this big question mark which is there. This is a challenge for all of us. Now, we suggest a number of interventions to enhance inclusive seed sector development. First of all, we need to have appropriate indicators to assess the performance and contribution of existing seed system as I told you, the market, the trade should not be the only criteria that should be taken into consideration when we are assessing the efficiency of a seed sector. We need to come up with conducive national policy to encourage and motivate inclusive system. There is a policy issue here that need to be addressed. Organizational issues. What are the most appropriate approach, whether we go for a small-scale farmer, individual farmer, cooperative, and so forth, for farmer to be much more effective in embracing the inclusive system development. Technical consideration need to be addressed. What type of research, extension process, technology transfer activity, capacity building, what kind of module, field and seed quality training, infrastructure, facility improvement, trade and market, because yes, every seed system can lead to trade opportunity. But we need to recognize each one of these systems and see what are the issues that are raised that can should be addressed in that area. Financial and investment issue, including startup support for small enterprises. For example, I think youth and women, this will be an opportunity for them to get involved in this initiative. Partnership and stakeholder collaboration in all above mentioned intervention. Now, what action AfricaSeeds has taken so far to try to promote the concept? First of all, in our strategy, a new strategy, we identify a number of flagship program and the promotion or embrace the harnessing of the informal seed sector is one of the key elements there. We also conduct an online high-level dialogue. I think some of you participate in that. We also participated in the AU ASBP meeting in Kenya very recently. We made a presentation there. And currently, I'm making this presentation at SeedConnect. I think that should be a forum where I think Africa, the inclusive seed sector development should be presented. And now we're planning to have a conference, a face-to-face international conference in 2024. And we hope to have partners, and we are calling on all of you to partner with AfricaSeeds to make sure that this event takes place. In conclusion, what should I say? That the premise of inclusive seed system development concept is that all seed systems must be recognized, assessed, and harnessed in their diversity to fully realize their potential through an inclusive seed sector development process to promote seed security and ultimately seed industry, agricultural transformation, and food security. Second, the inclusive seed sector development concept recognizes that seed systems are interdependent and have individual and collective potential to collectively contribute to sustainable agricultural transformation, food security, and poverty alleviation. Inclusive seed sector development provides greater choice for all farmer categories in terms of seed for food and seed for market. Effective implementation of that concept, that is inclusive seed sector development, will promote more efficiency and relevance of seed development initiative to agricultural transformation and food security as envisioned in the UN Sustainable Development Goal and AU Agenda 2063, referring to end of poverty, no hunger, sustainable development, and inclusive growth. Thank you very much for your attention.